So this story starts when I was 11-ish. I was invited round to a friend's house for their birthday. We'll call him John, not his real name, obviously. When I got there, it was just me and one other person who I was also friends with at the time. I should say, for any non-British people watching, age 11 is the transition age from primary to secondary school. Basically the time you lose all your childhood friends and go on to make all your teenage ones. Anyway, that was the first time I went to John's house. It was nice. We had fun. He lived in walking distance, so we became pretty close friends. But it must have been around the second or third time I went around to his house that he proposed this idea. He called it the punishment game. I don't remember exactly how it all worked. I didn't really care at the time. It was only when I reached more around 14 that I realised it was basically an attempt at a sex thing. And only at around 16 or 17 that I figured out it was a BDSM domination kink thing. Anyway, I was 12. I didn't start puberty until probably around 14. I didn't even start with freaky stuff until 13. As a side note, I only discovered masturbation after I got told off in school for making the gesture with a badminton racket in PE. I wonder what was so shocking about it. And well, every teenager knows what happens from there. Anyway, so at 13, I moved schools from the one my friend was at. We did stay in touch. I'd go around to his house every now and then. We'd chat, play on his Xbox, usually GTA 5, just mowing down traffic or killing homeless people. But every time we'd meet up, without fail, he'd bring up his punishment game. Now I was openly gay to my friends from about 11 and just stopped hiding it by 13. So he knew I was interested in guys, but he also just wasn't my type, and nor was I particularly interested in his kinks and quirks and all that. I just wanted a good friend I could hang out with, play video games with, go get McDonald's, all that stuff. But he had a very specific dynamic that he wanted from me, and a very specific set of kinks that I wasn't particularly into. Not to kink shame anyone, but I draw the line at asking me. I won't tell you what he asked me. Anyway, at my new school, I was in my horny teenager phase, which, when you combine with me being the only openly gay kid in my year at an all-boys school, led to a lot of sexual exploration between 13 and 16. But that's a story for another video that I'll make. But it's important to note that I was reasonably active in the not so safe for work shenaniganery of teenagehood. I wasn't particularly interested in doing any of the specific fetish stuff with John. Eventually, I think I was just about to turn 17, or I had just turned 17. He comes to me with bad news on his end. His father had been ill for some time. I think he was on some, I'm not a doctor, some kind of dialysis machine for his kidney or liver or whatever. But key point being, the biggest source of income for his family was the benefits he received because of his father's illness. I didn't ask for details, but from what I gathered, his dad split from his mum, and he and his mum had to move out of their house because his dad couldn't move all the medical equipment. There were lawyers involved, and it was they did not leave on good terms. Long and short of it is, I felt bad for him. Whenever I saw that family together, they were a happy family, and I just felt terrible. So as the day went on, eventually the inevitable subject of his game came up, and I felt like if I just let him have a go just one time, he'd drop it and I could drop it. To cut to the chase, I let him give me head in the woods at 10:30 p.m. at about -4 Celsius in absolutely torrential rain. It was not pleasant for me. I have no idea how he felt, and I never would, because as he messaged me while I was on the bus home, I ignored him. I felt guilty, like I had used him. I'd used his crap situation to just get some free fun in the woods from a friend I had spent, at this point, years passively rejecting because I wasn't interested. I never blocked him. I still remembered that he was a good friend to me. He kept sending me the occasional message for a few years following. The last message I received must have been about a year and a half ago, just asking how I was, how I'd been doing. I didn't open it, and I haven't heard since. For context, I'm 23 now, almost 24, so about 7 years since I last actually spoke to him. I like to think I've matured enough in the last few years that if he ever messaged again, I'd respond. That I'm self-confident enough now that I'd be able to draw a line, tell him I'm just looking for a friend and I don't want to be part of his unusual kinky sex life. But for now, it's in the past. I'll just have to wait and see if he makes contact again. Who knows?